Hello, welcome and good morning here to my second part of my Peaks of the Balkan video series. Had a little detour yesterday to the Grunas Valley to see the amazing jagged peaks there in the Pejës National Park. And now I'm kind of half walked, half hitchhiked back to Vusanje, which is just a little village behind me here. And I'm officially back on the Peaks of the Balkan trail now, heading towards the Albanian border through this valley here. We're like 6 hours of walking to Theth in Albania. Yeah, I just got checked by the police here for the first time. Probably they're checking the border regions a bit more. In order to do the Peaks of the Balkans trek, you need to have a cross-border permit, which I got in Plav. So we're back in Pejës National Park now. And even though I paid the entrance fee of €1 yesterday already, I had to pay it again now. So there we go, another one of these. They're apparently only valid for a day. Actually just made a decision to get off the peaks of the Balkans again because I climbed the highest peak in Albania, Jezerca. It's around 2,700 meters. It's the highest peak in the whole mountain range here. Yeah, and this here is pretty much the turnoff if you want to climb it from the Montenegro side. I'm here 1,600 meters altitude gain. So if I would go to Theth along the peaks of the Balkans, I would have to climb down all the way to around 1,000 meters again, and then from there up to 2,700. And I would go like a pretty big loop around it. There's supposed to be some lakes for some good camping up there. So I got some bread and some cheese from the farm here. And that's gonna be enough to get me through the day. Wow, it was really good. I'm down at the lake now and I met 4 Croatian hikers. They all seem pretty experienced and they just came down from the summit saying that there's 2 spots that are quite tough, and I spent quite a long time talking to them because it says it's one of the most challenging and the most dangerous hikes here in the whole Dinaric Alps region. I have 3 hours left of daylight. It's around 3 hours to get to the summit. They told me that there is pretty much no spot to sleep on the summit. It's super windy and yeah, very rocky. Decided to stay here at the lake. I will chill out. It's also good for my foot. I can rest my foot a little bit. Pretty much call it a day now because the lake is also the last water source here. So early morning, maybe 4 a.m. or so, start walking up and hopefully make it for just after sunrise. So that's the plan. And let's enjoy this awesome scenery here. And yeah, find a nice spot for the tent. The shepherd here with his sheep, sadly he didn't really speak English. I just asked him, water good to drink? And he said, yeah, good, good. And I asked him, climb? Good, good? Yeah, good, good. last update for tonight. There were actually 3 groups of hikers coming down. One guy from one of the groups said that going down on the other side towards Theth, that's actually the dangerous part. Apparently they installed some ropes and he said they're in a really bad condition. So that does not sound very good. So I'm afraid I have to go down another way. There's a third way going down. I'm not sure how good that one is, but I could at least give it a try. Hopefully I can get down. Otherwise I have to come down the same way that I came from. Walk all the way around and then towards Theth. That would be very, very long detour. It's a shame I don't have a signal here and I haven't done any research for that peak, so it was not part of my plan. It was kind of a last second decision that I made. See how it goes tomorrow. I'll wake up at 4:30. Maybe I can take some pictures from the start. Have a good night, guys. Bye bye. I woke up at 4:30 and left my camp around 5. Now it's kind of like 5:30 I think. It's still pitch black. I'm surrounded by all these steep mountains and I can just see the silhouettes and the stars in the background. It's really, really, really cool. Pretty big ice field. I've read that there's even some glaciers somewhere. I'm not sure if they're still around, but this ice field is already really nice. We actually have to go up there. I made it to the top of the ice field now. I think I went the wrong way. I went on the right side. To go down I will take the left side here for sure. I can climb the rocks. There's a second ice field here. I have to go up there. I over the second ice field and just climbed up a steeper part. Had to use my hands there for the first time, but I don't think that's the hardest part. That's supposed to be right at the end. Oh, nice. There we go, the other side. But we're not at the top yet. Gotta go all the way up there. As you can see, I'm quite high now. We have a really cool view and I'm just below the crux here. Just behind me, that's the part that they showed me on the picture. That's some people who turned around there. We'll see how it goes, and then it's like 300 meters, but the summit is relatively flat. So that's the last steep part here now. At halfway up the steep part here. There's a lot of big rocks around to hold on to, so that's really good. I always feel very safe when I have big rocks where I know they don't slip down. Definitely helps if you're a climber, if you know how to move your body here. There we go, top. I even went up too high and it got really dodgy and I was like, wait, that can't be the way. You go around here, you come out from this side. And yeah, now I'm on the correct path again. A few 4 summits later, I'm finally here, top of Albania. Mount Jezerca, just below 2,700 meters. Crazy views. Found the right path at the end. There we go. Woohoo! Wow. The fog in the back. Oh man, so nice. down the crocs again. There's one point like halfway where you really have to climb like 3 steps, and on the way down you can't really see much where you put your feet. That's the really hard part. Other than that, you just have to be careful and slowly. Just take your time, don't panic, and that's what I'm going to do for the rest on the way down. I made it back to the snowfields. This time I'm going another route. I'm climbing down the rocks here because I was struggling getting up the steep part in the snow without crampons. And I don't want to go down there. Shit, I've got some very bad news. For some reason I left my backpack behind somewhere. At least 30 minutes back uphill again. But I kind of want that, I need that backpack for the rest of my trip. Back on the ice I had to walk up for around 20 minutes. I also got my expensive hard shell in there, so I really can't go without that backpack. Finally met the first 2 people of the day, 2 trail runners with barely any luggage. They're running up to the backpack and also back to the junction. Up here is the path that I wanted to take, but because of the fact that I'm out of water now, and also I don't know how hard this route is going down, I decided to go back the same way. It means I have to walk around 12 to 13 extra kilometers, and the good news is that I'm gonna go back on the same point where I left the peaks of the Balkans, so we're not gonna miss any of that in that case. It's a heck of a day, I'm telling you. Climbing up to the highest peak in Albania and then doing pretty much the entire section to Theth on the peaks of Balkan, which usually is considered a long section, like 10 hours. Quite the drop from up there. I didn't really realize when I walked up here in the darkness. That's supposed to be a lake as well. It's completely dry too. All the lakes except for the one that I slept at are pretty much dry. Hello to the sheep, because another reason to come back to my old campsite was I actually forgot my food bag here. Still intact. Ooh, now I can eat some sausage and bread. Nice. That swim felt amazing. It was really cold. I haven't been that cold in water since I was swimming in Antarctica and Greenland, which was 1 degree cold. Yeah, I'm gonna chill out for a little bit, you know, but not for too long because I still have 8 hours of walking to do. I walked 7 hours already and a lot of altitude meters, like very intensive walking. At least I know the way down will be easy because I came up and I will not be stuck somewhere in the mountain without any water. Passed another dried out lake and also the border again. Left Montenegro once more and I'm back in Albania. This time I'm gonna stay. I'm trying to speed up as much as I can now, because according to my navigation I still have 6 hours to go, and even if I can do that in 5 hours I would still arrive in the darkness. Maybe I can find a place to sleep in the outskirts. And I calculated if I would make it all the way to Theth today, I would have done 2,000 altitude meters up and 3,000 altitude meters down in total. That's absolutely crazy. in power mode. I don't know how I get all the energy because I'm pretty much conserving my food the whole day. I don't have much. And look at this. What a meadow. So I'm headed to the spring where I wanted to take a break, but there's no water here sadly. Luckily the next one is less than 3 kilometers away, I think. Pushed up the next valley down here behind me now, and this is supposed to be spring, I think. It's also dry, but there's another one not too far from here, I think. Pejës Pass, and look at the view down into the valley. It looks like a long way down. I managed to do the switchbacks just before it gets dark. It's getting there now. I'm just about to enter the forest. It's going to be really dark there, so I'll see you again when I found a place to stay. Hopefully I don't have to go all the way into Theth and I can stay somewhere on my way. There's like a small village there, but I don't know if there's anything to stay. Oh, I'm ready to call it a day. Holy crap. I walked down in the complete darkness, and there's this small village just to the north of Theth called Okol, and I was just checking if there's anything available, and the owner of the place where I'm staying now was just outside literally waiting for me, and I got a pretty good deal here. I paid her 30 euros for 2 nights with 2 breakfasts and 2 dinners. There were like 8 or 9 people gathered around the fireplace, and we all shared dinner together. Pork and aubergines and tomatoes and sausages and french fries. Cheese, of course, from the sheep again. Everything you could imagine, and it was so good, and I'm just super happy. Good morning! Yeah, so I'm in Okol still in my room. It's a huge dorm with a lot of beds, and I'm completely alone here. The dinner was really good, the breakfast was really good, so I'm looking forward to have that again. And now I'm going to walk down to Theth. It's around 4 kilometers from here. I want to see the church there, because the peaks of the Balkans will not go down to the church. And now it just stopped raining, so I want to make sure I can see that without the rain, and then hopefully get some lunch somewhere there. You can see my accommodation. It's the Kula I Satris Lukis. I guess that's the names of the owners. Yeah, it's a really nice big stone house. I only saw a few cows and a horse walking on the road, and so now I'm down here at the church. Very nice wooden church. I pretty much passed the city center already. After the church I will probably go down further another 2 kilometers to see the waterfall. I made it to Grunas Waterfall now. I'm not sure if you can get to the top as well, but yeah, I'm getting hungry. I will go back to Theth now and get some food. And now I'm back in Theth city center pretty much. Everything looks kind of destroyed and there's nothing paved here. This is the city center. Not really what I expected, to be honest, but I like if it's not so developed yet, you know. And apparently there's a supermarket here, so let's get some food for next day. So I'm leaving Okol now. The rain stopped. It was raining really heavy the whole morning. You'll see a lot of clouds in the mountains, but the rain stopped. So that's really good. That's my way. And I'm gonna walk to Valbone now, over Valbona Pass. It's around 7 hours. Let's see how the conditions are on the pass. The rain finally stopped and I made it to a cafe here actually, which seems to be open still. There's a guy at least. Managed to do around 700 altitude meters already in 1.5 hours. And it's just 250 left now. He's got a fireplace here, so I couldn't say no, because I'm sweating quite a bit from running up here without a break. And he cut some kind of pie here. It's called flea. Never tried it. Very nice. It's like honey inside for sure. Ah, that's perfect now. Chill a bit at the fire, rest up a little bit, and then push to the summit. We made it, but it's raining like crazy. There's supposed to be a natural shelter somewhere. I need to get there. Luckily I was close to this shelter here. It's pretty much just a rock formation where you can sit under. And it's just clearing up now. Man, the rain hit me really hard at the summit, or at the pass. Now I have some really nice views here and I can have a little break to eat some of the food that I brought. I made it through the switchbacks. Now I'm in a small forest again. And it's only around 2 kilometers until the first kind of village. Yeah, still walking on this dirt road here for a while already. It's getting a bit monotone, especially since all the hills are still covered in fog. But at least I can see something now. Most of it I couldn't see anything, which is a shame because this was supposed to be a very nice route. So I made it to the official end of the section here. There's a little dog. Actually, it's not that little. When I walked down the road, there were 2 young guys from Albania waiting pretty much for me. They were smoking, and now they're going back to Kudi, and they gave me a lift here to the Villa Dini. That's where I'm gonna stay. News, as you can see, I'm in a bed. It's actually a proper hotel, pretty nice one, relatively empty. I think there's like 2 or 3 other guests, and also pretty cheap for a hotel. I pay 18 euros with breakfast. They have a restaurant here as well, so I'm gonna grab some dinner later. And now I'm just gonna relax a little bit in this really comfortable bed after taking a very hot shower. I'm back in Plav now and I'm making my way towards the bus station, heading towards Domitor next, the most famous mountain area here in Montenegro. And in the forecast on the current weather, it actually says that there's snow right now. So I would much rather have some cool snowy looking landscapes than all the rain over here. It's not cold enough here. And yeah, that's the end of the peaks of the Balkans. As I said, the last part I didn't do because of the rain partly, and also because I've seen the area already in Kosovo. Yeah, my highlights were definitely the Brokjetele, the Karanfil peaks, and then climbing the Jezerca Peak in Albania. That was amazing, and we did that with the good weather. So I also hope that you liked the video. Even though we had a lot of rain in the end, it was still a very cool trip. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe to the channel for the next videos. I'm gonna have like 2 or 3 more from Montenegro coming before going to Nepal. And also leave a like, leave a comment, and thanks so much for the Patreon supporters. Check out the link here if you want to see how you can support me. Good one, bye bye. You made it to the end of the video. That's awesome. Thank you so much. If you liked it, don't forget to hit that like button as well. Leave me some feedback in the comments, and also make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. A special shout out to my Patreon supporters as well. If you would like to find out how you can support me and receive monthly benefits such as receiving postcards from me or me being your own personal trip planner, then check out the link below.